run. Calm before you walk. Walk before you run.
Here's the starting lineup.
All right, Grant, coming down to the final few games now. This playoff push sure will be interesting.
Oh, no doubt. And I'm looking forward to it, B.A. The teams trying to make the playoffs will be going all out. And that kind of intensity in these games will be fun to watch.
The starters for Utah: Markkanen and Collins, the 3 and 4. Then there's Collier, then it's Walker Kessler, and it's Bailey in at the shooting guard position. Here's Durant, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Yeah, the most impressive thing about Durant's career is his efficiency as a scorer. Given the amount of defensive attention he draws, it's quite impressive.
And he sinks the second. On offense, here's Utah. Here's Collier. Oh, my goodness!
What a dunk!
Now, I know he makes it look easy, but it takes incredible physical tools to pull that off.
Athleticism and explosion. Basket's good.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
A bit ago, Ime Udoka and I were able to chat, and I took the time to ask him about his strategy for Lauri Markkanen, and he said, we know he's going to hit big shots and be physical on the floor, but we're going to make him work for everything tonight. I hope we can test every shot that he takes. Hope and hard work. Can't ask for more than that, guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Now here's Collins. Looking at his numbers, currently he's averaging around 9 points a game. Lets it go from the wing. And he wills that one in, sinking it right through the back of the iron.
And 3 for 4 to start, showing some rhythm.
Well, Coach Lauri Markkanen, it's been an interesting study to watch his game continue to improve every year.
Yeah, it certainly has, Brian. You know, he was a complimentary player for quite a while, and then finally has developed into a primary offensive threat, and he has thrived.
Here's Bailey, coming off a 12-point game. It's rebounded by Houston.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
Here's Durant. Out to Thompson. Here's Van Vliet. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson.
And clearly from mid-range, Van Vliet seems pretty comfortable. As long as he likes the angle, that's a shot he can make.
And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. All right, the Jazz making a change here. George is checked in. And there's the call on Amin Thompson. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, that's already his second foul, and that puts the coach in a tough position.
Collins outside. Knocks down the long J. Collins has got 5.
At the arc, Collins knows what he's looking for, and when he finds it, he won't hesitate.
And it's good. 2 points.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Collins, no good.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Over Markkanen. Tried to bank it in, but it misses.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
Collins.
Collins so active around the rim.
And here's Van Vliet. He'll bring it up for Houston. Trailing by 4. Pass to Smith. Shoots over Collins. And there's Smith. That one's good on the assist from Durant.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
For 3, George. Smith with the rebound. The Rockets have gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. Durant's shot is off.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Maybe the results haven't been there in recent seasons, but the Jazz have an exciting young core, Coach.
Yeah, they do, B.A. They've focused on youth, and some of those guys are developing into very good players. If this core stays in place and gels and they can add to it a little bit. Watch out for this Jazz team.
Now here's Kessler. Pass to Collier. Thompson with a steal. And here we go. The Rockets in transition. Three-pointer, Van Vliet. The basket's good. Off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists in the game. Jazz trail by 3.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Kessler, a screen on Van Vliet. Here's Collier, guarded by Van Vliet. Shot's good by Collier. And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And this is the first season matchup for him against this Utah team.
And in a series of the have-nots last year, they came out on the losing end, really looking for some improvement here.
And it's a completely new group for the Rockets. And down it goes. 2 points.
That's just poor defense there. You can't give up these kind of looks from the mid-range.
It's George on the wing, defended by Eason. George passes to Collins. Here's Filipowski. 6 to shoot. Collins a screen. Releases. Eason pulls it in.
That wasn't a bad shot. Defense playing a little loose there. Sometimes it just doesn't go in.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hey, Brian. The Jazz are making progress. Coach Will Hardy said this team has shown grit and character and has developed a lot of confidence. When we're going through game preparations, the players walk away knowing if they do certain things, they can win. That's a big step in the right direction.
A bright future, Allie. Thank you. From 11 feet away, Collins, no good. And the Rockets with possession. They're on a 16-7 run. 35 seconds left in the first quarter here. This one for 3. Can't get it to fall. 0 for 2 now. Here's Burks. And he jams it home with authority.
They're really settling into a nice rhythm now, starting to gain the upper hand.
Yeah, you're seeing their offense in a flow. Now it's time for their defense to turn up the heat a little
Personal
bit.
foul. 3rd team foul. On the floor for the Jazz, Jusuf Nurkic. Bailey.
Here's Bailey, defended by Eason. Here's Bailey. Over Eason. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. It's Houston up 8. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for the Rockets.
Well, they're playing with great pace, pushing the ball up the floor and attacking before the defense can get set.
And they've done a tremendous job just creating havoc defensively. Active hands have led to tons of turnovers that they've capitalized on.
They've got Tari Eason. Shepard is out there with Thompson. Then there's Kevin Durant, and it's Adams in at center. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. George against Thompson. Now here's George. No made baskets yet. Off target with the 3.
And it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
Durant takes it in. And it's slammed in by Durant.
You know, the defense had no answer for Durant's quickness. He drives right in and hammers it down.
Jazz trail by 12. Here's Bailey. Looking at his stats, he's putting up about 7.5 per game. On the wing, Durant. And we're now about a minute into the second quarter of play. Fires the 3. It's rebounded by George.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
Stolen by Thompson. Down low, Shepard. And he takes the feed in stride and slams it home.
Already an intelligent playmaker, Thompson moves the ball well for a rookie.
And And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Smith, he's checked in for Eason. And with spring cleaning in full swing, let's check out the current power rankings. Taking a look at the 76ers, they're building some momentum right now and aiming for a spot in the top 5.
Checking out the Rockets, they've been such a welcome surprise. Not many people thought they could be this good, but they continue to relish the role of underdog.
Now here's Nurkic. No good on the triple. Back comes Houston in transition. Durant for 3. Up again. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Rockets lead by 16.
And on the offensive end, this is how Adams hurts you. You have to be aware of where he is at all times.
George outside. Pass to Bailey. Nurkic a screen on Thompson. To the middle. Oh, it's stolen by Adams. Here we go. Durant for 3. He drops it from range. Durant's got 7 now in this quarter.
The assist numbers certainly stand out. They've really emphasized ball movement here today.
George finds Nurkic. Stan, you've coached some great defensive anchors in your time. Who do you view as the best in the game today?
Well, Brian, you probably have to start with Rudy Gobert, but we've got guys like Brook Lopez, Jaren Jackson, Anthony Davis, and then we've got 2 young ones coming up that could be as good as we've seen in Wemby and Chet Holmgren.
Here's Bailey. He's scoreless. Pass to Filipowski. Here's Hendricks. And here's Nurkic. Shot clock at 6. Another miss. Boy, they're in a funk right now. Durant with it. What a tremendous game he played against the Lakers. And it's in there.
Yeah, that fadeaway gave him more than enough space to get that shot off.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Van Vliet's checked in for the Rockets. Here's Collier. And that makes him 3 for 4. He's looking good.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Outside Durant. With the drive. And Durant with the big finish.
What sets Durant apart is his handles. They're almost unseen for a guy of his height.
Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Collins outside. Fires the 3. Knocks it down from distance. Collins has got 10 points.
Well, those are the quick twitch muscles from Collins.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
On the wing, Thompson. For 3, Smith. Kessler with a rebound. Jazz trail by 18.
So do you sit him with 3 fouls? Big decision for his coach here.
3rd personal foul.
Bailey's checked in for Hendricks.
On the floor for the Jazz, number 19, Ace Bailey.
Pass to Bailey. Kicks it out to Markkanen. And here's Kessler. Here's Collier. Give him 8 points now. Clock at 4. Rebound by Van Vliet. And here's Houston. They're on a 17-7 run. Here's Thompson. Good. And Van Vliet gets the assist. 6 points for him.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Pass to Bailey. Now Collins. Markkanen outside. 1:06 left to play in the first half. The shot's good. Collier's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, he's playing great tonight, but not quite well enough to carry the entire team. They need to find some other contributors.
And Houston will go for a different look here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Adams. Eason comes in for Smith. Finney Smith's checked in for Durant. And it's Burks in for Thompson. Tries again. Burks no good.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he could.
Pass to Bailey. Now Kessler, defended by Burks. Goes up from the block. Kessler. Great positioning on the putback.
And those second chance buckets are major bonus points if you can get them.
Shot from 16. Misses off the left iron. And here's Markkanen. He'll bring it up for Utah. It's a 16-point game. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Indiana, where they'll face the Pacers. And that'll be the 4th game of this 5-game road trip. Here's Bailey. It's hauled in by Houston. Coming into this, having notched a win against the Lakers in their last game.
Dialing it in from range on the road is never easy to do, but they pulled it off and played a great game.
Yeah, great three-point shooting is so often what swings a game these days. When they're rolling from outside, they're tough to beat.
And so it's Houston up 19 points as the quarter comes to a close. The hustle they've shown on defense has been tremendous. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Player of the Month awards are in. Let's check them out. In the West, Kevin Durant.
Seems like we've been saying this forever, but is there a better offensive player than KD at this point? When he's right, I just don't know what you could do to stop this guy.
Well, I don't have to worry about it because I don't have to guard him, but you do.
And let's move on now to those first 2 quarters. Talk about a tough start for the Utah Jazz.
Their opponent is beating them up on the boards, and they're not taking it well.
No, they are not. It's been pretty embarrassing. And that's it for halftime. Thank you for joining us. We send you back to Brian Anderson for the start of the 3rd quarter.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Kevin Durant has really been making it happen here, guys.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room, because you're right. He's the problem right now.
Kicking off the second half. Here's Will Hardy's 5. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. Then it's Lauri Markkanen. Then there's Collier, and it's Bailey in at the 2-guard spot. Here's Collier. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And, Coach, you've been lauded by some of your former players for your pregame preparation. I've seen it myself in the broadcasting world.
Well, I've also been cursed by some of those players for my pregame walkthroughs, Brian. People thought they were way too long, but I just wanted to be as prepared as possible and was one that always believed I'd rather do too much than too little.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Brian, Lauri Markkanen's shooting stroke at 7 feet tall had former Mavericks coach Rick Carlisle comparing him to Dirk. Lauri said it feels good to hear that because he's obviously a Hall of Famer, but there's still a long way to go, and it gives me more motivation to keep getting better. He's not getting a big head, Brian.
No, he's not, and that's the way you have to approach it to be great. Thanks, Allie. Durant against Markkanen. Fades. Durant's shot is off.
And I don't understand. Why is he going to the fadeaway? Just go straight up with it.
Shot's good by Collier.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
The Rockets lead by 19. The 3, Smith. Rebounded by Bailey. Hoop poked away. Stolen by Thompson. Drives to the hoop. Counted. Thompson's got 8.
What a burst Thompson has. I mean, on his drives, he goes from 0 to 60 in a heartbeat.
And so, Will Hardy calls for the timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. One of the stories here, Kevin Durant. He's getting it done today.
Well, the defense has not been able to slow him down inside. And until they offer some sort of resistance, just keep feeding him the ball.
There's the double with Thompson. Pass to Collier. Kessler with it. Now here's Markkanen. Launches a three. Connects from downtown. He's got 5.
Yeah, from range, Markkanen has such an effortless stroke.
And for a scorer as prolific as Markkanen, he doesn't need the ball in his hands too often.
So many of his scores come off assist. So just a great sense of when to get into space and become available.
It's Markkanen on the wing. Pass to Kessler. Here's Collier. Clock at 6. The floater, that is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
Well, sometimes you need more than just your stars, though. They've got to run something to get the other guys good looks.
Durant has the open look. Plenty of room to knock down that one. Durant's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, one of the most skilled players we've ever seen. Durant just continues to dominate offensively. He was grabbing the rim to extend the hang time.
Hey, maybe making sure the landing was kinder than the takeoff. There's the triple. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 6th assist of the night.
Well, that's his first 3 here in the second half. Gotta think he'd like a few more of those.
To the left side wing. Markkanen for 3. They get the rebound. The Rockets lead by 19. Durant, pass to Adams. Yep, that one's good. Adams has gotten his 2nd bucket on the night.
Yeah, this is where Adams looks to score, especially when he has a matchup he likes.
Pass to Collier. The Rockets pull it in. Smith's got his 5th rebound in this one. The kick to Durant. Another shot. Here's Adams. Back to Smith. The 3. Another 3 from Houston.
And Smith has such confidence rising up from deep. This is what's going to make him so dangerous here in the pros.
Here's Bailey. And no good. The dry spell continues. And so it's Van Vliet with it. He brings it up for the Rockets. They lead by 24, their biggest margin. And let's look now at the shooting guards who've been most effective with their defense this past month. Number 1, Reed Sheppard. 2nd, Ben Thompson.
Yeah, and this is a group that really appreciates effective ball movement. They can create for themselves or anyone else on the floor.
And to have a shooting guard who's also a high-level playmaker, it makes your team a heck of a lot harder to deal with defensively.
Pass to George. Utah with another miss.
The other team just looks more in sync and is riding the momentum.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
As great a scorer as KD is, he's always been willing to make that extra pass. Nice look from him.
Kicks it out to Collins. Nails it from beyond the arc. Collins has got 13.
Their three-point shooting has been on point here in the second half.
Here's Sheppard. He has 7. And there's Durant. That one's good. On the assist by Sheppard. Sheppard's got 5 assists in the game. And Alec Burks gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul of the game. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Utah.
On the floor for the Jazz, number 27, Yusuf Nurkic.
George draws the double. To the inside. An easy 2 on the layup.
Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
On the wing, Finney Smith. Pass to Sheppard. Over Nurkic. Here's Durant. Soft touch off the glass. Durant's got 30 points.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clock. Out of bounds. It'll be Utah's ball.
Utah ball.
There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Stolen by Burks. Fast break. Here come the Rockets. Here's Shepard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 9.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the 3-ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
Utah shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
He
misses the free throw.
Shooting for Utah, number 13.
Good on the second one. Now Durant with 4 on the clock. And it's good on the lay-in. 32 points in the game for him.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
And 3 quarters of play in the books. This one's all but over already. It's Houston delivering the blowout. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get set for quarter number 4. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. They've got Kevin Durant, Thompson out there with Fred VanVleet. Then it's Jabari Smith, and it's Adams in at the 5, down low. That's the 5 for Houston right now. A chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Houston.
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
Well, something else that has stood out to me has been their aggressiveness on the boards. They're just out-muscling the opposition on the offensive glass.
Here's Thompson. And good work on the boards as they picked up the second chance points.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Here's George. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move! He's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Jabari Smith. The 16th pick in last year's draft. Keontae George was thrown right into the fire his rookie season, Stan.
Yeah, down the stretch, he was basically handed the keys to the offense at the point guard position. He may take some lumps, but his talent level is evident.
George outside, puts it up from 12. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Adams has got 9 rebounds now. Here's VanVleet, out to Thompson. And Grant, while we want the officials to get it right, I'm sure the league would like to shorten that time officials are at the table.
Tell me about it. You wonder if a time limit should be instituted. If they can't figure it out after a minute or so, just go with how it was called on the floor.
On the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, good looks by our terrific camera crew. And there's the call on Amin Thompson. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
So that brings him up to 4 fouls. So he's forced to hold himself back a little now, which may make him a target for the offense.
Here's Hendricks. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Thompson passes to Durant. Utah grabs the miss. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule.
It's a little too early to be over the limit. They need to keep a close eye on their foul situation.
Utah making a switch here. Markkanen's checked in.
For the Jazz, number 23, Lowry.
Thompson with a steal. He stops. He pops. Again, Houston.
Well, they have leaned on him offensively with good reason. Efficiency will help you win a lot of games.
George against VanVleet. George, a screen on Smith. Markkanen from long range. Oh, they get a hand on it. George for 3. Adams grabs the miss. Adams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game.
And their physical dominance has been on display. A 10-rebound advantage is a good indicator of how this game has gone.
And so George will bring it up for the Jazz. Oh, there's the alley. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by George.
That's a careless pass and a wasted possession. That's just unnecessary.
Here's Thompson. Rebounded by Bailey.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
And there's the call on Amin Thompson. That'll be foul number 5 on him. And due to the bonus, we'll head to the line for 2. Well, Stan, you've coached some lockdown defenses. With the way the game is officiated these days, is it getting too hard to defend?
Well, it's certainly frustrating. You've heard defenders saying everything is a foul. We might need to redefine incidental contact.
Good on the shot. Thompson's got 8 here in this quarter.
Their success from mid-range has really set them apart today.
Pass to Collins from downtown. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. Smith's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Durant driving to the basket.
Yeah, the single-minded focus of Durant on offense. It's all about getting buckets, no distractions.
From 11 feet away and out of bounds, Houston will have it.
Well, that's an unforced error. If you want to drive your coach crazy, that's the way to do it.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. Three-pointer, Van Vliet. Rebound, Utah. Kessler's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Inside. Thompson pulls it in.
Great opportunity. Just couldn't complete the play.
Yeah, that's one he'd like to have back. Those are the opportunities you have to convert.
Oh, Durant reached deep into the bag of tricks on that one. I mean, I'm not surprised by any shot he hits these days.
Markkanen outside. Pass to Bailey. Back to Markkanen.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
And here's Collins. Lets the 3 fly. He's got it. 6 of 10 now.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
Here's Thompson. And a great assist by Van Vliet as that one goes. Van Vliet's got assist number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Collins outside. Pass to Collier. Now here's Kessler. 1:35 left in the 4th quarter of this one. Collier, no good.
The fall away, upping the degree of difficulty. You wonder if perhaps they could have gotten a better look.
And what a complete performance we saw from them. A dominant win in every way for the Rockets.
They ran the fast break beautifully all night long. It was a huge part of their success.
It's so true. They clearly ran the floor well, constantly putting pressure on the defense. Just a tremendous effort.
And what can you say that hasn't been already said? We knew these guys would be great coming into the year, but their complete dominance is rare. They have redefined greatness.
Always good to start a season series off with a W. They showed tonight they take this team seriously, and the next 2 matchups between these two should be fun.
And of all the highlights and performances we've seen here tonight, the one thing that stands out is what an unbelievable night it's been for Amin Thompson.
He was all over the place, pressuring ball handlers, jumping the passing lanes. His steals made a huge impact on this game.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Markkanen outside. Pass to Collier. The 3 is up. And so Houston takes this one by a big margin, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, and Coach Stan Van Gundy, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And now let's take a look